Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to speak about ADHD and the many different emotional reactions that we can have to situations that make us emotional. My emotions are just so out of whack, and sometimes it's just like, why did I react to that? Like, why did I overreact? Blah 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 blah. Remember to like and subscribe down below, and yeah, let's get on to the video. I'm just going to disclaim that this is not everyone's experience. Other people may not even have this trouble with their ADHD. So yeah, just remember this isn't going to be everyone's experience. I'm talking from my own personal experience. So ADHD is a complex disorder condition, and it affects everyone differently. But for me, it really does affect my moods and my reactions and my emotions. Like, it really is one of those things that is a big trigger for me. You know, it has affected me hugely in a lot of areas with my family, my friends, relationships, school. You know, it's affected me in a lot of my areas of life. So yeah, it's one of my biggest things, and I just want to speak to you guys about it because you will be the only ones that truly understand what I'm going on about. So yeah, let's just jump straight in. So I done some Googling and I done some little bits of research, and I come across a real good article, and I'm gonna just put it on the screen now. So I picked 4, I think, from this article that I can personally relate to. So I wanted to share what these mean to me, and I just want to let you guys know that, you know, you definitely need to go see this article. I'm going to link it in my description because this is their research, this is their article, but I really wanted to get it across to you guys. So the first one is rejection sensitivity dysphoria. So I've spoken about this quite a lot on this channel now, and it is something that I can definitely relate to, and I can definitely, like, that is definitely me. I see myself in every single aspect of RSD, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of an explanation what it is, because this is one way that an ADHD may have an emotional reaction, and this can honestly trigger a lot of reaction, basically. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. An individual with rejection sensitive dysphoria may experience deep emotional pain when they feel they are being criticised or rejected, even when they are not. So in situations you may feel criticised, you may feel like you're not good enough, you may feel like someone's judging you, someone's like talking about you, and it can really make you feel like you are not good enough, and your emotional reactions can look like you are overreacting. It can look like you're taking things way out of proportion, like you're blowing things up, or you can literally just withdraw yourself, become isolated, take yourself out of situations, and people are like, why is that, why is she not getting involved anymore? Because you take yourself out of it because you feel you're trying to protect your own feelings, when actually this person may not have been doing these things. They may not have been rejecting you, they may not have meant to make you feel like this. But because you're so prone to the feeling of rejection sensitive dysphoria, you generally take yourself away before you can get hurt, because you're so protective of yourself, because you've been hurt so many times before that any slightest bit of rejection, any slightest bit of, even if it's constructive criticism, it still kills. It feels like you've been stabbed in the heart. Like, it hurts, it's physical pain. And this is what people don't realise. It's not like made up pain, it's not mental pain. You physically feel sick from humiliation, embarrassment. You feel like you want to cry, it depresses you, and it triggers a lot of emotional reactions, and people just don't understand that side of RSD. And when you have ADHD, because some of us are impulsive, our impulsiveness can take over and we react impulsively without thinking about the consequences or like thinking through something logically. RSD and the impulsiveness, like, they bounce off each other, and it can spiral way out of control. But that's how we feel, and our feelings are valid and our experiences are valid. Sometimes when you experience so much rejection and you're told you're not trying hard enough, or you're not good enough, or you're not going to make anything of yourself, when you feel the slightest bit of criticism or rejection, it's like you pull yourself away because you are not allowing yourself to feel that physical pain. So some of us ADHDers will have a low frustration tolerance. Definitely me. It's common for people with ADHD to have a low frustration threshold. People frequently perceive their emotional reaction as an overreaction. When we feel, I don't know, intimidated, rejected, criticised, anything like that, the first thing we do is react, because we don't sit back and think about things logically. Our impulsiveness takes over and we literally react before thinking things through, and that's, I suppose it could be a flaw, and it could be something that everyone does do this without ADHD, but us ADHDs are prone to having a low frustration tolerance. If someone's tapping or clicking a pen and it really bugs me, if I ask them to stop, it's like, can you stop please? And if they don't, I'm like, can you stop? I can't regulate my emotions quick enough to be able to deal with that annoying thing or that frustrating thing that's making me feel like that. I can't regulate my emotions that fast. So this particular one is something that I really relate to the most. This is the one I can literally relate to the most, and it is flash emotions. So all throughout my life, like I've told you, I've had issues at school, relationships, family, and it's always been because of my mood. You know, I've always made people feel so like they're walking on eggshells, that they can't be around me because I'm so unpredictable. Like my moods change like lightning. And that's the thing, my emotions are like flash emotions. Like I've just said, we act on impulse. Some of us, not all of us, but for me personally, I act on impulse, and my emotions are definitely triggered by my emotional impulsivity. Like it's one of the things that I just always try my hardest to control, but in a situation, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, intimidated, overstimulated, like everything takes over and my impulsiveness is just like, react now, and I react, and it's just like, oh, for God's sake. It's like my emotions can't keep up with my head, and my head can't keep up with my emotions, and it's just seems impossible at the time. And then when I step back and think about, like, reflect on what happened, it's like, I could have handled that so much better. Things just don't work like that. Like for me, I am a real flash person. Like things take over and I'm blindsided by my emotions. They are so intense and unpredictable that people do feel kind of uneasy around me when they know I'm having a bad day. People seem to be like, you stay away from her. Like I have this like warning, and it's just like, she's having a bad day, she's unpredictable, her emotions are intense and extremely crazy. You know, people do say that sometimes they just don't want to be around me because my emotions are so wacky, but that's me. A lot of my family are now totally like they understand it, and we are able to work things out a lot easier than before. My medication does help me a lot, but it doesn't solve the issue. It doesn't cure any of this. It does give me a little bit more of a maybe just a split second of a chance to try and regulate myself quicker, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes I'm able to take a step back and think, right, Molly, think rationally. Are we really gonna cause a scene now? Are we really gonna blow up over this? But other times it doesn't work like that, and bam, that's it. Crazy stuff's happened, and later on I'm regretting it. I will link the article down below because there are some more kind of ways that ADHD can trigger emotional reactions, and it's really interesting. So if you want to have a look, click the link down below and you can check it out. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, learned something, and I don't know, just know that you are worth it. So thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.